So there has been an announcement with the Castlevania Netflix series, which are fantastic series, by the way. If you guys have not seen Castlevania on Netflix, watch it. It is amazing. Anyway, the creator of the Netflix Castlevania series has come out and said that he's acquired the rights to another series that he can use to make a animated adaptation of. Now, if that were the whole story, then this wouldn't last long, and that wouldn't be an interesting video. Now, what does make this an interesting video is the fact that in this interview he did say that all of the animated series that he's working on are part of are what he dubs the bootleg multiverse. And what's interesting is Devil May Cry and Castlevania are going to be in the same bootleg multiverse, according to him. And what makes this interesting is the fact that Devil May Cry and Castlevania are like perfect fits for a crossover. It's the only comparison that I can really give this to is back in 2014 or 2015, there was rumors that there was going to be a Star Fox and Metroid crossover game. Now, of course, that didn't happen, but, well, here we go. Now, interestingly enough, he also said that we should. He also encouraged us to speculate on what it all meant. And one thing that was pointed out in the comments of the interview was, and keep in mind I use interview loosely because it is like 2-minute video, I think, if not 3. But yeah, it's not long. But he did encourage us to start speculating, and this was pointed out in the comments, and that was somewhere in the video, the lady said, something about Link, about all the things linked. It kind of makes sense in context. You kind of got to watch it. But when she said Link, she winked. So a lot of people took that as Zelda is involved too. The Legend of Zelda series crossing over with Devil May Cry and Castlevania, and that'd be really sick. And that's actually a really cool thing. Kind of makes me wonder what other series that could be involved. Right off the top of my head, my head, I can kind of think Final Fantasy, because there's a lot of demon stuff in that game series too, and there's all sorts of whatever. And the point I'm trying to make is that this does look like an interesting thing. But the real question is that I want to ask is how are they gonna get these characters together? Because if we're gonna be fighting, if we're gonna have Simon and Dante meet, they'd have to figure out some way to do that. Some kind of time travel bullshit, because Simon, I believe, is in 15 something, or if we're just going with the Castlevania adaptation, I believe it's 14 something, 1467, I believe. I don't know. I'm pulling numbers out of my ass, but it's like it's a long time ago. If we're doing timeline stuff, so there's that. So I'm curious on how they're gonna do that. Another thing that I kind of wanted to point out is this exclusive to video games, video game franchises. And the reason why I ask is there are some shows, and there are some books that could just fit perfectly in this. Right off the top of my head, Ruby. Now, of course, because I'm not the most creative person in the world, Ruby and Final Fantasy are really the only two series that I can really think of off the top of my head to just put them in to this bootleg multiverse, and that's just because I love those series a lot. So thoughts, opinions, any other suggestions? That they did encourage us to speculate, so we can only. So if shit gets out of hand, that it's really just on them, because of just how the internet works. And that's all I can really say on that. So thoughts, opinions, suggestions, speculations. Let me know, because I'd actually be really interested to know.